Hey guys, this video is for our 2nd through 4th grade team for March week 3. This is actually March 24th because we're behind a week because of our snow day. So this is for that week. So all month long we've been talking about individuality, discovering who you are meant to be, discovering who God made you to be. And this week our story is about Timothy. It's from the verse 1 Timothy 4:12, which says, "Even though you are young, you can set an example for others." And our bottom line is, God made me to make a difference. And our memory verse for this month is, "How you made me is amazing and wonderful. I praise you for that. What you have done is wonderful. I know that very well." Psalm 139:14. And remind kids they definitely want to be memorizing that this month because the first week of April they can start earning tickets for knowing that memory verse. So jumping into our leader guide, we'd love for you to join us in the garage room at 8:20 and 10:20. It's been a really great time just praying for each other, celebrating with each other, and also just getting our minds in the right mode of why we're here on Sunday mornings to serve. If you can't make it to that, then make sure that you are in your small group room by 8:30 and 10:30 to make sure you've got everything ready to go for kids to roll in at 8:40 and 10:40. So when they get in, make sure you know everybody's name. Just definitely make sure any first-time guests feel welcome. And this week, you're going to lead a new get-to-know-you game to discover things that make us each individual. So you're going to let kids take turns rolling a dice, and then you're going to answer the question that corresponds to the number that they roll. So you will have a dice on your cart, so if they roll a 1, they're going to tell you their favorite animal, 2, their favorite food, favorite color, favorite candy, favorite movie, TV show, or video game, and favorite holiday. And if time allows, you can let each kid share why that's their favorite. So then for the interactivity, this is going to be a lot to get done before large group, so you may have to finish it up after large group. You're going to do this little fingerprint magnet, and Tripp made an example one today that looks like this. I will include on your cards a step-by-step guide, but essentially what kids are going to do is the first thing they're going to do is they're going to just cut out a little square of cardstock. So we cut out our little square there. And then we placed our magnet down and we drew a circle around where this clear gem is. And then we cut out that circle so that kids know they only have this little circle to deal with. Actually, we didn't cut it out yet. We drew the circle. And then you'll have a sheet that tells you all these different things that they can make with their fingerprints, like a heart, a flower, a cat, a fish. Tripp chose to make a fish, so they can have that as an example. And then you will have different little ink pads on your cart, so kids can pick what color they want. And Tripp used his little thumbprint, and he just put it right there, and then he drew the fish in. And after he was done with his thumbprint and drawing, we cut out the circle. Then we flipped this clear gem over and put a little Mod Podge on the back of it, and we covered the whole back of this gem with Mod Podge. And then we put his design face down on it so that it would stick to the gem. And then I put some Mod Podge over the back of it too to keep it on. And then we have some super glue, these little things of super glue. Be careful, I would have you do this part because their fingers will stick together. I put super glue on the back of the magnet and then put the magnet onto the gemstone, and then I would just leave it to let it dry. So I would say before large group, just try to have all the kids do the fingerprint part and their drawing and get that cut out. And then after large group, you can Mod Podge it on and put it together. Okay? So that is that. And like I said, I will have step-by-step things for you. Super fun little thing. So if they have their fingerprint drawing done before large group, you can say, "Wow, guys, your drawings are so cool. And I love how each one of those fingerprint designs, your individuality shines through, and your fingerprints are unique too. And God sure is creative that He made a different one for each of us. He made you different from anyone else for a reason." So we're going to go to large group to find out what that reason is. So head across the hall to large group. When you get back from large group, quickly finish making these magnets because this is not the crux of the lesson today. So quickly finish doing those up. Try to get those finished as quickly as possible. And then what you're going to do is you're going to need Made to Make a Difference activity pages and markers and crayons. So this is what the Made to Make a Difference activity page is. It's the verse from today, 1 Timothy 4:12. "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young. Set an example for the believers in what you say and in how you live. Also, set an example in how you love and what you believe." So you're going to talk about Timothy and what kids learned today. So who was Timothy? He was a follower of Jesus who came to know who Jesus was from Paul. What did he do? He became a leader of the church in Ephesus at a really young age, and he followed God, faithfully preaching to others about Jesus. And how did he make a difference? He was faithful to tell other people about Jesus. So you'll give each kid one of those activity pages, and you'll have a volunteer read the verse in the middle and talk about who said those words. So Paul said them to Timothy to encourage Timothy that he could lead no matter how young he is. So encourage kids to write down words or phrases that describe them to others, and they can include their likes, things they're good at, things they do in their free time, talent, skills they have, and encourage them to create kind of an all about me page. And then if you've got time, let kids share some of the things that they've written down and talk about how one of these things they shared could lead to making a difference in the world around them. So let's close it out by saying you guys are so creative, and I love reading what you've written. Hold on just a second, buddy. It's true that God made me to make a difference. If you're great at soccer, maybe you could gather some friends in your neighborhood for a game and include a new kid. Or if you love to bake, maybe you could bake some cookies for a friend who's sad. There are so many ways that you could choose to make a difference. And remember, God made you special and he loves you. But he wants you to use those wonderful, amazing, unique things to make a difference to help others see that God made and loves them too. And even though Timothy was young, he still used the things he knew and the skills he had to tell others about Jesus. So maybe if you can think of this week, tell kids about something about yourself that makes you an individual and how you've used that to make a difference. So then for the memory verse review, all you'll need is your Bible. So you're going to pass out the Bibles and let kids look up Psalm 139:14. And when they find the verse, have them raise their hand. And you can remind them that the book of Psalms is kind of right in the middle of the Bible. And once they've all found it, have somebody read Psalm 139:14 out loud. You can practice it with the hand motions. And then you're going to have the kids stand and circle up, and you're going to choose the kid with the closest birthday to stand in the middle of the circle. And then you're going to call out a number between 1 and 5, and the kid in the middle will spin around that many times, and when they stop, they're going to point to the kid that they're facing, and that kid is going to repeat this month's memory verse. You can say it first and have them repeat it after you, or whatever you think the kids are comfortable with. And then when they finish, they're going to go to the circle, spin around, and then you'll have whoever they point to will help repeat. So you'll close it down by saying, so guys, is anybody feeling dizzy? Yeah, that was a crazy way to say our verse, and I hope you're beginning to understand just how wonderful and amazing you are because God made you. And he didn't just make you different and special to show off his creativity. God has a purpose and a plan for your life, and he made you to make a difference. So then some optional questions. What? What'd she do to your head? Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So what are some obstacles that keep you from thinking you can make a difference right now? If you're struggling with knowing what your gifts or talents are, what can you do? Who can help you discover those? Paul asks Timothy to set an example. How can we set an example to make a difference? So finally, to close down in prayer, you're going to need your week 3 labels. They look like this. God made me to make a difference. And you're going to, if anybody didn't get a picture frame from the last couple weeks, make sure you get one of those and they can hang it in their mirror. And you'll give each kid a label for this week and encourage them to read it out loud. God made me to make a difference. And then you will just close down in prayer. So as adults arrive, encourage kids to pick up their magnets. Hopefully they should be dry by now to show off their individuality and creativity. And just remind them that God made them to make a difference. So thanks, guys. I'm excited. We actually have a craft this week. We normally don't do those. Oh, come here. Thank you guys so much for serving. I really, truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm so, so grateful for each and every one of you. And I just thank you guys so much. We'll see you on Sunday.